I'm gonna talk about Carl Weathers.
How you just gonna say? You just gonna talk? I'm gonna talk about Carl Weathers.
Nah, I'm saying like because we wasn't doing this with Carl. When my boy, when Apollo died.
I know, but still, I don't think you can just resurge and say I'm gonna talk about.
No.
I'm gonna talk about.
Listen.
Wow.
Because I'm this.
Wow, you can't even get it together.
Because like that whole Rocky franchise was Apollo.
It was Apollo.
Absolutely, think about it.
No, we've had this Devon. We've had this conversation. Come on, Rocky IV is my favorite movie, and that was when Apollo died, though.
Exactly.
That's when he died.
He gave him the inspiration.
No, why are you saying it like that? No, sir.
To go and beat the big Russian.
Okay,
Rocky was retired.
Yeah, but listen, no, the the mindset that that was just a Stallone type of thing. That was Stallone.
Who was Stallone?
What do you mean? Who was Stallone? The whole writing was Stallone. The whole idea was Stallone. These people are not. Hey y'all, we gotta get in here. I know it's late. I think it's just late.
That's all right. That's all right. It's all
good. It's really not. Mm-hmm. No, it's kind of crazy. Mm-hmm.
I'm saying we just doing an update. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, because I just think, especially us, like we're used to going on earlier. Like it's late.
And we've been trying to go on for like the last week or so.
This was your fault earlier today, babe.
How?
Because you got on the phone with your cousin aunt.
Cousin aunt, that's not even a thing.
That is a thing. That is a thing, definitely.
Yeah, if it's a bunch of inbreds, this is not the case.
No, you know what I mean.
No, she is my aunt. She was married to my uncle.
Okay, but she's so when I say cousin, I'd be like, it's a blend of kind of like a culture there, and the cousin was one who passed. That was her mom, so it's like it's kind of like a blend there, cousin and aunt.
No, you just made that up.
I didn't. People have cousin-in-laws all the time.
Okay. Yeah. Not a.
Hey y'all. I'm sorry. I went to check to see it had the live going to all of these to the how it's supposed to pop up, and then a message popped up. My phone is crazy. A message popped up that literally came in 10 minutes ago, and I'm just now seeing it. And I do not like when people leave me on red, so I'm not gonna leave him on red, and I'm going to respond. And I'm just going to say, I'm sorry. I'm just going to respond really quickly.
Well, while she's responding, I do this thing, right? Off the count.
You're going to do it first?
No, I'm not going to do it first. Okay. We talk about Carl.
Oh, wow. Okay? Wow.
Because we was doing this, Carl, passed before I started doing the off the count. And I think the man deserves his just due. Because Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed, and people forget he was in that first Predator. Looking just as big as your boy Arnold. So I'm just saying, Carl got some stuff on this belt. But them first, 4 Rockies? And the new ones, the Creed movies. Because that's his offspring. It's all about Apollo, baby. It's all about Apollo. What's going on?
Devon, I'm just reading a message and smiling, please.
But, all right. Please, let's give the update.
Okay. All right. So we have a couple of updates. This has been a crazy couple of weeks, and like Husband just said, he's 100% correct. We have been trying to get on this thing, and it has been like delay after delay, and then it's the weather dips at night right now, and babe, you left the room door open. You gonna let the heat all out?
Nah, it's
You want to plug the heater?
Yeah.
Oh no! So please plug that thing.
Nah, and no, yeah, but it's
the weather has started to dip at night, so
no,
I like it
nice
to get
outside.
nice and toasty. It is, but it's not. It's cool in the house.
All right,
right.
It ain't gonna take long to heat up.
And so, yeah, the these night naps have been everything, and I've also resumed doing my little
daytime naps.
No, my morning walks. Oh. See you such like a not even intentional hater, but such a hater.
How was that?
Y'all, I've been getting out in these streets like Kamala. Ooh. Excuse me. I've been getting out in these streets.
I've been walking. What JB called her.
I've been walking. Well, she said she out in these streets. That's basically what he said she was doing.
And for the record, this viral video of Judge Joe Brown talking about Kamala, just know
Kamala,
whatever.
Kamala. Koala. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Listen, just let it be known when that speech was given, when that talk was talked.
When that talk was talked? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, when that talk was talked.
Okay.
When all that was going on, Color Only Cafe was on the scene.
We were in the VIP section.
Lower left-hand corner.
Yeah. We were on the scene. So, you know.
Baby girl sitting there snagging.
Yes.
With a purple shirt on. We was in the house. We was there. Color Only Cafe. Viral video. Viral event. Wait. Can I call it a viral event?
I think it justified viable.
Okay. So
yeah, I think we was there. Verifiably viable.
Live and in color. In living color. Live and in color. We was there. So, just so y'all know, we was at the action.
The action?
We was at the action.
But don't boil the ocean.
He was a part of the action. I gave him my seat too. My feet, I was going through it, man. I gave that dude my seat.
And I want to say something too. I'm going to say something too. And I'm, because I know you're supposed to do just kind things for people, and you're not supposed to mention it. So I wasn't going to, but I feel like for us to have literally put $100 in sister's pocket, she has never texted back or nothing.
Who?
The
lift.
Yeah. Never text, never call, and she was so into it.
In her pocket?
Because remember, she said she made 70 from the ride, and we gave her. We
tipped her $30.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gave her cash?
No, babe, we did it through Cash App. Remember when we got the pay when we got the balance payout? And that's what you were saying. I was like, nah, well, she said we was cool and we exchanged numbers and that. And you said, no, let's go ahead and when we send the Cash App, put the number in the subject line. And that's what I did. And boom, it has been no contact.
Man, I must have been feeling so good.
Well, we did well.
I tipped her $30.
It wasn't you. It was hello, it was me. It was
you typed that in?
Yeah.
I said give her 30.
Never mind.
Oh man. Okay. That just threw me all the way off it. Where was we going with this?
I was giving my update of things. And and now you.
Man, okay. All right, go ahead.
I don't even know whether I'm off myself.
Joe Brown.
I wasn't really talking about it. That was what you was talking about. I was off of that.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But she was from that event.
But that's what I was talking about. But it wasn't Joe Brown.
So where was you going with that? Why you?
I'm segueing into other stuff to catch up on.
So okay. Well, you smell good.
Thank you.
Scrumptious.
Thank you.
All right, go.
I'm not like I really don't know where to go.
You want me to go?
Sure.
Wait. Talk about the court.
Okay.
There you go. And that was Monday?
That was yesterday.
Yes, yesterday. Ooh. Okay, I'm a little confused right now.
With what?
Like the long pause.
You said you were going to talk about the court.
Yeah, go ahead. I thought you was going, because I wasn't in there.
I really don't think it's like, I don't really think it's time for talking about the court. I just really kind of wanted to give like a recap, just kind of catch everybody up with what has been going on.
With the 513C?
Yes, with all of just the ins and outs.
Okay. Which is kind of cool because we had a pretty decent phone call earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Which might actually lead to us being ahead of schedule by months if this call goes right tomorrow. So that's pretty good news.
That's pretty great news.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if that pans out, then I guess we were scheduled for what, February?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this is what, October?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be good to go by like December, right?
I don't know how long the process takes, but yeah, I don't know how long the whole process is supposed to take. I just know what the payment plan is.
Right. But I know what do you call it? But we already got the EIN number.
Yes.
So that's an update in itself. Right? Because the last show you did, I was still in Atlanta. We hadn't got the EIN number yet.
Right. Yeah. We hadn't gotten it yet. We just got that probably, 3 days? It was about 3 days after we got back from the Conscious Cipher from Atlanta.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
All right. So the EIN number came. So with the rest of the paperwork being in the EIN number, we like halfway there to being full blown, and we can still maneuver in a limited capacity.
Yeah, we have up to a year to still,
right.
Get everything off, make sure everything is legitimately and legally recorded as a nonprofit entity. And yeah, we can officially start to organize funds accordingly.
Also makes us eligible for certain grants, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That's the most part.
Okay. Yeah. So, but again, if this call goes well tomorrow, then we should have like really, really awesome news on the next show. Yeah. And then I don't know, maybe we can do a what you call it, a what's the name back here to, I guess, celebrate the 501 of us being official. Some live music, some because we are doing the sound check next weekend.
Okay, and that's for sure next weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe we do that and then broadcast it live on the tube.
I don't know about that. We'll have to see about that.
Why not?
That doesn't really work well. In my experiences, that doesn't work well.
Oh, okay.
Especially with it being outside, it's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, because we had okay. Yeah, I got you. So logistically, it'd just be a nightmare.
It's not a nightmare, but it's just not. It's like something you have to constantly monitor, and it's hard to do that when you're doing an event.
But I mean, I don't know. We can figure something out. Yeah. So what else happened this week and last week?
We attended the Athens anti-discrimination social justice movement for AADSM, or known as AADSM, and that was the Black Market. That was this past weekend, and that was very interesting because just seeing that, I don't know, just kind of seeing that Chick-fil-A has a bit of a hold on people more than what. I mean, I know that people love their Chick-fil-A and they're kind of like, how it is with Starbucks, but it's so, it blows my mind just how so many people just don't even really care about real food no more. It's like, and not to say, because at one point in time, yes, very tasty. I've been eating, because we had a Chick-fil-A in our mall, in the Volusia Mall when I was in high school. And I remember just, when we couldn't even afford to get, I always liked the nuggets. I didn't really do the Chick-fil-A sandwiches too much, but I always liked the nuggets. And I liked, of course, the waffle fries, delicious. My other family members, we used to like to get the ice cream. I've never been a real ice cream fan, so that never really, did anything for me. But when I couldn't afford to get no waffle fries or the lemonade, definitely I would just love I would drink Polynesian sauce. So good to me. But I haven't been on Chick-fil-A like that. Maybe not like that. Maybe in about 6 or 7 years. But when we first did move back to Atlanta, we were right up the street from one. So every Friday, because we were, just getting to know the area and just getting the kids acclimated to like walk in the neighborhoods and whatnot. It was great because the Chick-fil-A literally was right in our neighborhood. So that was awesome. But yeah, for the most part, it's like, yeah, I kind of like, I'm over it with Chick-fil-A, especially as prices have gone up. And as prices have gone up and the quantity of whatever you're getting has not gone up, that has definitely not been it hasn't been equal. So with that being said, the event that we were at, yeah, it wasn't private or kind of closed off. It was kind of intertwined with downtown Athens, and we were right on the other side of Chick-fil-A. So that was interesting. It wasn't a good interesting either.
I agree with that. Too expensive, not enough food. Them chicken sandwiches be real skimpy.
They're kind of small. But like I said, I never was into the chicken sandwiches, so I never really cared about it much. But I will always get whenever Chick-fil-A caters, of course, their chicken sandwiches are there. And yeah, they're good. They just it never was a point in time where I was just like, or it never was a consistent point in time where I was just like, oh, I got to get me a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Like, nah. Whereas there was a couple of times, here and there where I would be like, oh yeah, McFish. I'm gonna get me a little fish fillet. I kind of like that. But yeah, like if Chick-fil-A was there, of course, because a lot of church events, of course, they get Chick-fil-A to cater. So of course, I'm going to indulge in the chicken sandwich, and they don't even, for catered events, they don't send those waffle fries because those waffle fries go weak real fast. They send chips. Yeah, they send chips.
I was kind of done with Chick-fil-A. Like I came on 2019. So my thing was, them lines is just way too long. I wasn't sitting, I wasn't waiting on line. Like, yeah, Chick-fil-A is good, but it ain't good enough for me to wait on that long line.
They always move, so I never really mind the lines. They move them pretty quickly. They're pretty efficient. But I don't like having to compete with them. that did not feel good, and it also felt really feels sucky when just like, especially because it was supposed to, it's an event that's put on for small Black businesses, Black owned businesses, and yeah, it's like that. So like we smack right there next to Chick-fil-A. This is what we're supposed to be competing against.
You had a good idea though. Instead of throwing that thing on a Saturday, throw it on a Sunday. Chick-fil-A's closed.
Chick-fil-A's closed. That's how Zaxby's gets it off. I tell you all the time. I'm like, Zaxby's just think Chick-fil-A's lucky stars that they ain't open on Sunday. I know they are glad of that reason, because that is the only time where you're gonna really see a big line wrapped around. This when Chick-fil-A is closed. At least the Zaxby's that I've lived closest to. If Chick-fil-A is closed, and I remember during COVID, because we moved back up to Georgia at the top of COVID, and Zaxby's made sure they opened up their inside before Chick-fil-A opened up their inside, because they're like, at least we got that. It's like, that's what it's got to be though. It's always got to be something to get to get the advantage. But that's the way the food game is. The food game is it can get downright real competitive, and that's definitely a reason why I said I never wanted to be one of those type of food people. I wanted to do it because I love it, and that's it. Like, I'm not trying to figure out how to. I want to try to figure out how to undercut or, I I don't know. So that was a kind of interesting experience because, like I said, I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be having to go head to head. You know, I just think that people, just because of sheer obsession and the cult like energy that people have about Chick-fil-A, they're just always going to be, you know, inclined to select them even over, you know, food that they know is fresh made, better quality. And I saw something very interesting about Chick-fil-A. So it ended up popping up in my recommendeds when talking about, you know, successful businesses and economics. And it basically said like they do not share their chicken sandwich batter ingredients. Like they've never shared that. Like they were like, it's in a vault. Only the Kathy family knows it, and that's it. Like they're, you know, every franchise that you see open, they get this already made. And I'm like, that is unheard of. Like I could not open up something today, a brick and mortar, and say, no, you just can't have the ingredients. No, they have to, it's stringent. They have to know what goes in everywhere because that could be allergic and blah, blah, blah. So the fact that this company has been able to stay in existence, you know, years, decades now, and they're like, nobody knows. It stays in a vault. We don't pass a secret on to anybody. So that's concerning to me. And it just seems really unfair. But
you know what's concerning
I digress.
About Chick-fil-A? The workers. So I don't know if it's all Chick-fil-A stores or just the ones in Athens. But everybody in there is just way, way too happy.
That doesn't bother me. I always think that's weird when people say stuff like that.
No, listen, it's a fast food joint. Everybody ain't happy in McDonald's.
Because it's McDonald's.
But everybody ain't happy in Burger King, Wendy's, Taco King. Bell.
Yeah. I don't think it's not the same energy that's in these places. And that's a trickle down. That's
my point though. Like who's happy about flipping burgers and chicken sandwiches and like who's happy about that?
But that's what I'm saying. But that shouldn't, I don't think that should like that's not a bad thing. That's not I've never thought of that being a bad thing. And I've heard it from a couple people. They're like, oh, it's a cult and this and that. And now it is a cult as far as the energy around, like the obsession with it. That's what I'm talking about. But like, yeah, the good vibes always, you know, I always appreciate that. You know, it's always smiles. It's always pleasant conversation. It's always high, you know, what they call it, high vibrational, you know, interaction. Is you never feel like somebody begrudgingly just doesn't like their job. But I did, even with all that being said, I did have to call the cops on Chick-fil-A worker Ashley for misrepresenting herself as a manager because you were not. And so I had to call the cops on her. But that was a very rare occurrence. But for the most part, like I said, I've always had really great experiences with Chick-fil-A workers, and I've always liked that. I always thought that was very, you know, admirable. They were always seemed excited and you know, kind, pleasant. That's the type of energy I like to listen to, or I like to give off. So
see, you can be kind and pleasant, and it comes off weird.
I don't think it's weird. I think that you're seeing is that because that's just not. I mean, I think that's not like your general nature, and so
it's my general nature, but to be nice,
right? Like it's not like that means something different from, you know, your neck of the woods, and especially from New York. Yeah. Like somebody nice, I think in places, and like I said again, I think this is understandable because of the background. But it's like a defense mechanism. Like it's like you gotta be like being nice is being weak. Like this being soft is being stupid. Like that's like not a having a hard exterior is a survival tactic. And that's what is mostly, I think, abound in your work, in your world, and in your surroundings.
No, because like listen, people have treated me nice. I've been around, I guess, nice people, whatever.
Mm.
It's never come off as weird.
Nah,
the Chick-fil-A thing comes off as weird.
I still don't think that's true, because I mean, you may have been around nice people, and then it's like that. I think that it's a little bit more because it's something that is so consistent. And like you said, like even sometimes when it's like, okay, well, smile. That's not something that you like to do. That's not something that you like to do.
I like to smile.
No, you don't. I always say when we having these conversations, don't be on the. You do not.
I've been smiling all day.
That does not mean exceptions do not change standards. You have told me several times. And as a matter of fact, I remember that first day that we were at the cafe in Doraville. I was like, you have a nice smile. You should smile more often. And it was like you were trying to not smile as I said that. And then there have been several times during them where I'd be like smiling. You'd be like, I am smiling, and you'll have like this staunch look on your face, and you know what I mean. But no, like I said, instead of countering to say to prove that you're right, like really listen to what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is true. Like where you come from, being nice and being kind and being soft are coming off that way.
I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that.
So then
you're talking about the smile.
But the smile is a part of that. Like somebody smiling all the time, like that's suspicious. And like what this dude smiling all the time for? What's funny? What's good? I remember telling my mom used to always say, Courtney, when you get up, say good morning. When you see people in the household, say good morning. I'd be like, what's good about it? I had that attitude. So like I said, I know what it is when I see it. I know one when I see one. Okay. So that's what that is. I don't think that's about that being weird. It is weird to you because of the fact that that's not something that's natural to you. That doesn't naturally mean a good thing for somebody to be smiling and happy and positive and jovial. There's suspicion there.
Okay. Okay, so what else happened? What else we do?
We had the thing on Saturday. We didn't get to speak, but we were invited to be a part of, if anyone knows, this our journey, that we were fraudulently leasing property from someone who misrepresented himself to be of authority of the property, and someone who literally threatened our livelihood in order to continue his scam going. And someone who literally texts, and I keep that text all the time. I really am praying that this phone does not go down ever, because I want to keep that text where he told me that I was a fraud and he was going to report me because the fraud was wrong. But he was actually in court yesterday being evicted from his residence because he was kicked out of this estate for his, illegal practices. Still not arrested, but we were invited in order to provide testimony, but didn't get a chance to, but didn't have to, But it does blow my mind that even after all that is said and done, this man was still able to just walk away and leave that courtroom. Yeah. Still in it with not being bound by any cuffs and able to walk freely. And we know without a doubt, had that been my husband or myself, we would not have had the same fate. And it is really sad that people they'll look at that same situation and say, there's no privilege there. There's no privilege there. And also, too, I think people look at our same situation and say, well, you guys are doing well. You guys have this, nice property and I'll say this, just saying, about forgiveness in general. I did want that moment to be able to tell him that, but then I said, forgiveness is a gift that we have, but vengeance is God. So it may not have been the time. It may not have been. It obviously wasn't the time for me to be able to tell him, "Hey, I forgive you for what you've done." Because at the end of the day, it afforded us, this beautiful property that we would not have known about had it not been for his greed and his selfishness. We wouldn't have even have known about it. So. But it just blows my mind that he really thought that, they always say that's the dangerous thing when you go up against somebody that has nothing to lose. Like, when people have, maybe someone who had another place, they would have just picked up and just, gone on about their business. But like this is all we had. We moved here. This new city, knew no one here, and we've built, and are building successful businesses, and this is it. And so, or this is the integral part. And so it just blew my mind that he really just thought it was just going to be it wasn't going to be no fight. We were just going to pick up and leave and go where. So I'm still reeling. A lot of it really feels so real. Like I couldn't sleep last night. I had a really hard time sleeping last night, going to sleep. It just seems so surreal. It's definitely movie worthy. We've had some people say they're interested in documenting things, but this has not happened yet. But yeah, looking forward to actually seeing this thing play out on watching it happen as opposed to experiencing it happen.
Like we've had this conversation earlier.
Yeah.
Actually, yesterday, and probably a little bit.
Probably today, yeah, a little bit today.
This is my thing with this guy. I just stopped thinking about it. Like I don't know if I've forgiven him, but I just stopped thinking about him.
Yeah.
Because Athens is a small town, and trust and believe that thing 6 degrees of separation. Mm-hmm. It is definitely
true here.
Live and in effect.
Yeah,
in Athens,
it is.
Which is how we found out about his court date and what he, the situation he was in.
Yeah,
and we've been getting, somewhat updates on what he's doing and how he's, what he's going through. He done lost his woman. Now, this is all since,
Yeah, you said that his life has just been downhill spiral.
It's been downhill spiral since he tried to do what he did to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. His wife, woman, whatever. I don't even know if they was legally married or whatever, but it doesn't really matter. Mm. His wife is gone, and then I seen on TikTok that I don't even know why you would post this, thinking that you was boasting about something. Like he's anyway. His wife pulled up with 3 carloads full of dudes to kind of drag him. He's getting evicted in 6 days now.
Yeah.
And I don't even think he's at the what's name anymore. The
market.
The market. He's not over there anymore. So he's
on TikTok also just promoting that he's drinking himself.
Yeah,
wasting away with it, just drinking.
Looks horrible.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just been all downhill for him. And I didn't go inside the courtroom because when we were going through our thing, there was words. There was between me, the judge, him, me. It was a thing.
Yeah,
I didn't want to screw up their case, so and make it about me and them again.
Right.
So I stayed outside. And when he came out, and like normally I would be telling his name, just putting it out there, but there's no need anymore because, like, it's like kicking a wounded dog at this point. So
I like what you said when you said that, it's not fun beating up on somebody when they down. Like,
it's no fun.
I want to fight, and it's not a fight. It's not a fight at this point. I'm
about fisticuffs. I'm about to fight. It's always about when you call somebody the opposition.
Yeah.
Then we on an even playing field.
Yeah, and you say he's not even an op anymore.
He's not an op no more because I'm here. He's down here now, or rather, here. He's here.
Yeah.
He's no longer an op. Calling him an op meaning that he's equal to me. He's no longer my equal.
Yeah.
Not that he's ever been my equal, but he's not my equal. So, like I didn't look at him, I didn't say nothing. And I seen out of the corner of my eye when he looked back, wanting me to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Just ignored him. Mm. Like you've been beat not once but twice. So,
Yeah.
So that's what I want to say about that.
Yeah, I was thinking that it was such a moment of realization that it was a real moment when so the person that had invited us to be a part of this hearing, we, like I said, like my husband said, he sat outside. I did go into the the courtroom. But I didn't get called up to testify or to provide any testimony or statement, rather. But the person that did, she looked at him and she told him, hey, you lied on these people and you said these people owed you money and, and this wasn't even yours. And, and you said that this man tried to, shoot at you and, this is a bold-faced lie. And as she said, everything that she said, there was no pushback from him at all. He just stood. He took that. He took that. And I was really looking. I was really looking to see what his response was going to be. And he really just took it. And it wasn't like nah, you don't know, or blah, blah, blah. And maybe because, again, he knew how to handle himself in the courtroom. But I just think that there just was a moment. There were moments for him to just be like disbelief or roll his eyes or something, but he didn't. And when the judge asked him, do you object to her testimony, or is there anything that you want to ask her? He said, no, that's an A-star witness. That's an A-star witness right there. Like he had nothing to say. And it wasn't even like, I didn't feel bad. It was like, oh, you ain't gonna say anything in your, like, to defend yourself. But it was just like, he really accepted that all of that was true. I was a liar. I did this. And yeah, I really do. I think I struggled last night with going to sleep because I really think I should be in prayer. And I just about just praying for him. Yeah. And I didn't really want to, not that I didn't want to, because like, oh, I want to pray for him. But I was just like, I don't know if I need to. I just kept thinking, I don't know if I need to. And then the Holy Spirit just brought something on my mind this morning. And I was just like, yeah, I need to. Because once I got up like at 4:00 or so. I think it was like right before you had gotten up, because you had gotten up like it was close to the 6. But I had got up at about 4:00 and I put on my worship playlist, and like that, it was, again, the peace that passes all understanding. But it was just like, yeah, it was confirmation for me. It said, it was a song, Something's Gotta Break. I want to say not the original one that Kiara Sheard and Tasha Cobbs did, but it was another, but it was with that same theme of Something Gotta Break.
I have a question.
Yeah, babe.
I mean, you praying for his like salvation. You praying that
No, I'm
lands
like
on his
praying for
feet?
him. Yeah, I'm praying for
Mhm.
him in regards to, and I was thinking that was the thing too. It wasn't like I didn't want to pray. I didn't know what to pray.
Mm.
Ooh, that part. It wasn't that, hey, guy. Hey. What's up? What's up? So it wasn't that it's not that I didn't want to pray. I didn't know what to pray.
Mm.
And so, that message was, wait a minute, God, why are you coming up? Why are you doing this, guy? Because we was close. We were on supposed to be up here for an hour. We were on supposed to be on here for an hour. Just something quick, just to give somebody some updates.
I ain't even biting.
He said he ain't biting, guy.
You know why I ain't gonna bite? Because my Yankees is in the World Series.
Well, they ain't yours.
Bomb.
Hey, man, I want to see it over. I remember, let me tell you how my mom checked me one time, y'all. Y'all, let me tell y'all. Because when it came to Jordan, don't even play. Don't even play. I would be like, okay, fix my food, but I ain't gonna eat until the game start because I gotta eat. I gotta keep this energy up. Like I was really big on all of this. And my mom went down. I think it was 91. It was the championship games were starting. And that day she said, Courtney, did you get it? Did you get this? Did you check the mail? You saw the mail? And I'm like, no, what? And she said, your check from the Bulls was missing. It didn't come. I was like, you know what? Ha.
Whoa.
Ha, mom.
Whoa.
But yeah, it was a nice reminder that that game was starting and they weren't gonna be with nothing. It wasn't no ownership. It wasn't gonna be no ownership.
Years. I've been handing out free tickets to us so we can go to the game.
Okay. But you still don't own nothing. That's what my mom's point was.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yes.
We own this house, but we call it ours.
That's still not like on the same regard.
How?
Like I don't be like, oh, and then not only that, but I still always am still making plans for and understanding that land, something that you did not create could never be yours. This is where the problem of property stems from. And this is because, of us, but we were considered property. And that was the argument. How dare you think you can own something that you cannot create? You couldn't create us, so you can't own us. So that's the thing. That's where I'm sticking from. And even with us saying, yeah, we call this property our home, we say that. But what do I also say? I'm ready to give that up. There's no ownership in that. Like, it's like, hey, if we got to go tomorrow, I go tomorrow.
Well,
but I was going back to, and see, guys, again, you done did it. But that's what the question was. It wasn't that I didn't want to pray. I didn't know what to pray. And that's why when the song came on, that something's got to break, it was God just telling me, just pray. And I'll put the words in your mouth. Just pray. Because and that's one thing that really hurt me about that whole situation too. It was a bit of a part of that. You were insulting my intelligence. Like you really were playing in my face. Like this guy was doing this, not having any idea that, dude, we had already gotten the research on you. Like we just didn't know what to do with it. But now we had something to do with it but also because we had somewhat become friends. And I realized at that moment that was a part of the scam. That was a part of the scam to make us think that we were friends and that, so that we wouldn't be questioning things.
He's rocking us to sleep.
Yes. Yeah.
Rocking us to sleep.
Making us trust them, thinking that we were friends, and then literally pulling, and then tried to play, tried to put us against each other, literally have them on phone calls, saying, Courtney is trying to do this and doing that. She's going into the courts, and I don't think you rock like that, man. I don't think you get down like that, but that's what she's doing. Like he was really trying to have my husband thinking I'm like, you know, like I'm running around town on him type of thing, you know, and he doesn't know. And so like that, like he really thought, like I said, he played with intelligence, but on the other side of that, he really misled purposely us to believe that we were friends, we were partners, and you know, we were going to figure all this out together. And lo and behold, you know, he was just trying to buy the time until our lease was up so he could get somebody else in here and get another $20,000.
I gotta interrupt you.
Yeah.
Real fast. Like you really, really smell like really sweet. Like you said that's cotton candy?
One of them is cotton candy. You know, I layer.
Yeah.
It's a blend. Yeah, one of them is cotton candy.
Like she smelling like a whole like factory of sweetness right now.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you know, I just kind of smell like deodorant. I'm feeling a little less than right now.
Anyway,
I just smell like deodorant right now.
Anyway,
a little bit outside.
Anyway, yeah, but that's what I think hurts the most. That I thought we were friends. I thought that he respected that I was smart and helping him, and you know, I thought that he respected Devon, and they were you know, doing business together with the cars and with helping him improve the other properties. Like we really thought we were in this thing together.
And here's the thing though, right? And this guy loaned me his Charger.
Yeah,
I had to go up to New York,
and he loaned me the car. Yeah, and not just that, but the BMW too.
He loaned me a Charger.
Yeah, to
go 8 states north. I said, listen, just be back by Saturday.
Yeah.
I said, got you. Crazy.
And BMW as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, just like we were figuring it out. Like, you know, there were times that we loaned him some money, you know, like we this thought, okay, we're villaging. We're villaging. And all the while he was waiting. He was just, you know, biding his time and waiting until and that he literally tried to run the same thing on us that he has run through everyone that has lived on these properties out here under his watch. Like, you know, he comes off
no Lexus. No Lexus.
He comes off you know, he comes off like he's, you know, helpful and he's just trying to do things to be kind and help. And then boom, a money ask happens. And like this happened, as we were told by a good friend of ours who tried to warn us about him, that, you know, very early on. But has happened systematically. He'll start off, you know, hey, come in, move in. It's nothing, blah, blah, blah. Just give me this and that. Then a couple of months later, big money ass happens. And then a couple of months after that, he's evicting them. He's evicting them. So this was something that he did. You know, he was turning over these, you know, properties again and again, but to God be the glory. Couldn't do it over here. Couldn't get it off over here.
And to bring back what you said about this white privilege thing, they said, well, he got evicted, so they white privilege. Let me tell you something. This is a guy, who went into court in front of a judge, with fake documents,
not once but twice.
Right? Twice that we know of,
right?
We know of.
Right.
Because he's went through this process a couple times.
A few times, yeah.
And now with us, we proved that this document he produced was fake, was fraudulent.
Right.
He literally forged someone's name.
Yeah.
The guy that he forged was in court, testified, said, I never signed that, never gave him that.
Never met him.
Don't know who this guy is.
Yeah.
Yesterday, wifey goes into the courtroom. He's trying to pass off fake receipts.
Yeah. And she's saying,
the judge asked the lady, hey, is this your signature? No, it's not my signature. So here it is. Now, mind you, this is in front of the same judge.
The same judge. That part. So I didn't even mention that.
You know,
time. The same
you know
judge.
that this guy
has a history of doing this. Yeah.
And he did it again in front of you twice.
Yeah.
So he's playing you for fool not once but twice, and you let him walk out of the courtroom.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Where they do this at, where you can go into court with fake documents, fraudulent documents, and enter them into evidence, and nothing happens. And they know that this stuff is fake and fraudulent.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
And even at that point, like he said, like Husband said, the same judge at this point in time, whenever this guy hands me something, you know what? Immediate adjournment. Let's go check some things. Let's go check some things. Sir, where are the originals? You can't produce the originals because he handed in copies. He didn't hand in an original. Where's the original? Nothing. Like, where's the receipt book? Oh, this came from her. Do you keep a receipt book? Something. But it wasn't even those type of questions. He the only thing he did was he turned to her and say, "Hey, did you give him these receipts?" And she said no. And it was he said he again said, well, he got them from him. And she said that can't be possible because I don't collect payments. And that was when her nephew took the stand and provided his testimony that he's the one that collects money. And also too, that this was all a verbal agreement. So it gave light to so much. It gave light to so much in regards to, because even in this situation, right, the woman who he was renting a room from is a Black woman, right? This just gave, and even though the judge Black, but the gentleman that's pulling this all off white. But once again, he thought that as long as they are Black, I'm going to always be able to get over. He really thinks that Black people do not have the intelligence. It was so telling.
And this is my thing. Like, dude, like, you really don't know who we are. I don't think you ever really knew. Like, this is not even, like, Athens is like literally that big.
Yeah.
That's how big Athens is. Just like that. You can go anywhere in Athens in 30 minutes. Anywhere in Athens, 30 minutes or less. And it's like, again, 6 degrees of separation is here in Athens. Like, you cannot do what you do, say the things that you say, and think that people are not going to talk about it. You just can't. You can't screw over as many people as you screwed over and think that people are not going to talk about it. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. And now Courtney comes in contact with a lot of people. Me, not so much. Comes in contact with a lot of people on a lot of different levels. Like, one day she'll be in, Jersey Joe?
Jittery
Joe's with, sipping coffee with the mayor.
He only had coffee. I had tea.
Okay, well, sipping coffee and tea with the actual mayor of the city. And then, Wednesday, she's handing out food to the homeless guy. You see, so is she's on all levels. She's in contact with, like you cannot think that you're gonna do these things and people not talk about it and then not get back. It's just not gonna happen with Athens being this small. Like, this is really, really a small town. I mean, especially if you're not involved with the college, then it gets even smaller.
Yeah.
It gets even smaller.
Yeah.
So the fact that he thought he was going to be able to do this, and I don't know if it's stupidity, arrogance, or I just don't know what it
all
is.
of it. And
It's
some
all of it?
and some demon
demon.
work, absolutely. But the moment that he realized that I was sitting there, because when we first came in, or when I first came in, or I can't say we, because I was with another lady, the lady that, like I said, did end up testifying. But we came in at an angle where her aunt, or her former aunt-in-law, could see us out of the side of her eye, but his back was to us. So he's handing off his stuff confidently. And so when the judge, acknowledges, hey, new people in the courtroom, what have you, he first looked at the woman I was with, because it was closer to his, his peripheral view. And he just didn't think nothing of it. Well, he looked at me, he did a double take, and man, it was, if he were seated a little bit more to the right, his neck would have snapped. Like it would have like been one of those pops, like when you pull it too hard. And that moment was like, you know what? Like at first, I was a little upset that I never got a chance to testify. I never got a chance to take this stand and look this man in the eye and say, this is who this man is. This is what he did. And even with that being said, I still wanted to say, I wanted my moment to say, oh, I forgive you. I wanted that. But I think God, not even I know God, being the Holy Spirit that he is, knew that wasn't mine. That wasn't my time. That wasn't mine to give. Like that wasn't mine to do. Like forgiveness was something in the heart and had to be felt. But I didn't need to get on a stand to say that and for that to be known or to be true. But what I am supposed to be is in a situation or in a posture of prayer about that entire situation, that it provides clarity, and that this it's got to be rock bottom.
Let me ask you this. Like I said, I definitely have not prayed for this guy, but I'm not even sure that I've actually forgiven him. I just stopped thinking about him.
Yeah.
So would I be in the wrong for just, because I guess this would be indifferent?
Yeah, I guess you're a little indifferent. Yeah.
So would I be wrong for this? To not pray for him?
I think you need to do what God leads you to do, but I think you need to honestly have a talk with God about it.
Because like I said,
I think you honestly need to have a talk with God about it.
I'm not entirely sure that I have forgiven him. Like I said, I don't think about the guy.
Because unforgiveness is a huge.
This I know.
Yeah, I know. It's huge, right?
But like I said, I don't know if I have forgiven him or if I haven't. It's just whatever,
Yeah, I don't think that's something you can be indifferent about. I think that's something that you have to legitimately have your heart. Your heart has to be searched for it, and it has to be something that you want to do. Because remember, it says that if you don't forgive others, God don't, forgive you, right? And then so that's another part that you have to do. You have to think about the things that God has forgiven you for, or think about the things that you've asked for forgiveness for. And what Tiffany Montgomery always says, that whenever she comes into a situation where she is having a hard time, making getting past a certain point, she turns down her plate immediately. She'll go into a fast. It don't matter if it's the top of the month, middle of the month, middle of the week, top of the week, whatever. If she's coming to a place with an impasse or a place of indifference, she turns down her plate. She turns down her plate. And that's what I said too. I always say "Clear the Stage" is a great song by Jimmy Needham. That was introduced to me by a wonderful woman named Marty when I was working as the community benefits coordinator for Metronomic. And she said, just you put this song on and, let the song lead you into worship. And she's this song does a lot. And even with me liking that type of worship music, the first couple of times I heard it, I was just like, I don't like this. But and then I thought the same thing because when I told my son about the song, the same thing. He was just like, it's not like great, but he was just like, I can see why it does lead you there. But yes, it's getting into that position, getting into that posture. But for me, like I said, that song that came on this morning, and it was something. It wasn't Something Has to Break, because I know that was the original theme, and with same artist, Tasha Cobbs Leonard and Kiara Sheard. But it was another song about we must break. We must break. Like, this ain't about him. For him, it's more so a testimony about you. It's more so a testimony about me, because like that's what I was genuinely hurt by. I was genuinely hurt by it because I thought we were friends, and I took that very personally. So any ill feelings I have, I think they were mostly from that. It wasn't that he was lying. It wasn't none of that. It was the fact that he insulted my intelligence, and I think that says a lot about my ego. That's an ego check.
You know what my thing was with that is because I was out of town.
Yeah.
For the majority of this.
Yeah.
Like when I got back to town, we was literally days away from court date.
Yeah, for your birthday. Yeah,
right.
Literally. Yeah, the court date was 5 days after your birthday.
Yeah. So he tried to pull this thinking that I wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
So.
And trying to make sure that you weren't going to come back.
Right.
That's why he was trying to mislead you and had you thinking that I was ripping and running. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he couldn't say, oh, Courtney was this guy and that guy picking up. He said Courtney was running down to the courthouse. Like, I don't know if you rock like that. Like, why would my husband be mad that I'm going down to the courthouse? Like, I mean, unless I was trying to get married to somebody else.
No, I mean, because if you around me long enough, you know my disdain for the police and anything of that ilk. And so, which is why that judge is, yeah.
That may be another forgiveness conversation too.
That's gonna be a hard one.
I know.
That's gonna take a lot of prayer and a lot of
I know,
because
a lot of hard work.
This guy's a piece of garbage.
He is.
He's
I agree.
Scumbag.
I agree. And I think that there might be some reason to think that he's got to be crooked on some other stuff. He's got to.
Yeah, like you know what? I'm not
letting guys like that walk so easily.
I'm not gonna say that because that's borderline slander type stuff.
Yeah.
But
it didn't say his name.
Yeah, we didn't. We didn't.
That's his name.
Yeah, you're right. But either way, but this guy's a piece of garbage. But anyway, so that's why he think that she went down that courthouse. That's why he think that would have moved me. But what he didn't understand was that, like, dude, there's nothing you can say that's gonna make I don't even care. Like, there was nothing you could have ever said that would make me say or question my wife. Like, nothing. And I don't think he understood that. Like, I don't care if we arguing and we at each other's throats and I'm cursing you and whatever. Bro, we'll figure this out later. Bitch, you the enemy.
Don't be using no non-kingdom language on here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And my apologies, but it is what it is. Like, listen, we'll work this out later. We jumping you. So, and I don't think he understood that. So I don't know what kind of, people he's been around. But yeah, I don't feel like that.
And he was hoping, honey, that my husband was not coming back, baby, because it really, that was also a proof of the moment of, man, when a house is divided, because even though we weren't, like, he didn't know we were always on the phone and we on the phone every night and he didn't know what we was doing, but physically, it looked like,
I was gone.
he's gone. Because he was gone. He was gone for
For
months.
6 months.
He was gone for
6
months. And so it was easy for them to think, oh, he just ain't coming back. Like they was believing the trope of, oh, the black man that just done walked out on his family and he gone. Nah, baby. As long as Heaven says, as long as I'm still cooking, he's still coming. Well, speaking of which, we gotta go. It's been more than an hour. Do off the count so we can, so you can get eaten and I can go finally put on some night clothes.
Okay, so we lost a few people over the last couple weeks, I believe.
Mm.
So Wanda Smith, pretty much, I never knew who this woman was until Cat did what he did to her. And let me say this: it might have been justifiable because she did.
Justifiable. That's about to say.
She did,
She tried it. She tried to pull it,
and then he went.
He couldn't. She couldn't.
And but sadly, she has left us.
And was a comedian.
A
radio DJ. And the other half of the Frank Ski in the Morning Show for many years out of Atlanta.
Right.
But yes, I think as Husband said, and because again, I may have loved Atlanta, but I didn't grow up in Atlanta. So I knew very little about Wanda, but learned so much
After
during
Cat.
that epic roasting. But to God be the glory. She
and we have
Wanda Smith has passed.
Liam Payne, I believe. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Liam Payne, One Direction.
One Direction band member. Yes.
Tragically fell off a balcony.
Yeah.
And this one is, James Amos. American Me. La Primera Leads. One of my favorite movies. Definitely top 10. American Me. I might actually watch that sometime, in the very near future, just because. But he was probably more known for what was it, St. Elmo's Fire, I believe.
What?
Yeah, he was on the TV show. That's how he got.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
on
it was
St. Elmo's.
I think it was St. Elmo's Fire. I think it was the name of the show.
St. Elmo's was St. Elsewhere is the hospital show.
Right, but this
St.
was
Elmo's Fire.
I don't.
Elmo's Fire was a movie. That was the one with
That's a movie.
Yeah, that was a movie.
So then the St. Elsewhere.
St. Elsewhere.
I know it was
the
one of the
hospital
TV shows.
drama.
Okay, it was St. Elsewhere. I think it was.
Yeah.
It was a TV show.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch the TV show. Like I said, for me, it was he was in a lot of things.
Yeah.
But for me, it was American Me. It was American Me.
But he was in that. No, he was known mostly for Good Times.
James Amos wasn't in Good Times.
Yeah, babe, that was the dad.
No, James. No, that's the wrong guy.
No, that's who died.
No.
Yeah.
No. James Amos is the
No, Good Times dad is the one who died. Yeah. Good Time star passed away. Yeah.
Wait. Just let me look it up. Because we talking about two different people.
Now, is that John Stamos? That was in American Me?
I think it was John Stamos.
Yeah. I didn't know he died.
Did I put that guy on the and he ain't dead?
I hope not. Lord have mercy. Please, let's apologize. I think he might have been dead. I think he might have already been dead. I think he's been dead for years. Because he was the one in that movie. The one about the teacher. Remember? And they were like gang members. It was good too. Yeah. Yeah.
Pain. He didn't even on the list.
No, that's what I said. To go to the Good Times actor. Put in that. Good Time actor dies. Like put in the actual search.
Man, they wrong.
Yeah, no. John Amos.
I put that one. Man, I put the wrong man in the ground. Ain't that something?
Wow.
Wow. No, that's what's the name?
No, that's
Stamos.
Jesse. No, you're thinking about like I said, put in your movie. The movie that you said you was gonna watch with him. I think that guy's name is James Stamos. I think you is it John Stamos?
No.
I know you're talking about the one with the yeah.
Bad skin.
The bad skin. I was about to say pothole cheeks. But yeah.
Edward James Amos almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He did. Nope, he is not. He is 77 years old.
Wow.
Still kicking, man. I put this man in the ground. My apologies.
Wow.
But hey, James Amos.
John Amos.
John Amos. So that's what happened. I put James there.
Mm-hmm.
So, John. Is it John?
It's John Amos.
John Amos.
Yes. Good
That's
Times
Good
Dad.
Times Dad.
Yes.
Damn. It's Good Times, dude.
I was saying that. I don't know how you ever got on.
I don't know, because it was American Me. And
that's interesting.
I might still watch American Me because it's one of my favorites. I haven't watched it in a very, very long time.
Oh.
But anyway, these people are officially off the count. Go Yanks.
Yeah, so check back on with us soon for some more crazy updates. But yeah, this is Mi Vida Loca. And y'all, the title was What Are You Voting For? And y'all, we ain't even discussed none of that. But until next time, bye y'all.